Hey, folks. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning into the Mortgage Market Guide weekly recap. So, up on the screen, I have the Fed's holdings of mortgage backed securities, what they have on their balance sheets, because it's really one of the big things that we took away from the Fed meeting. So, the Fed came this week and no change of rates as expected, but they alluded that they could hike rates multiple times. Be ready as long as the data comes in as they assume. The first hike will probably come in March. And one of the things that was real disruptive is the Fed said, and this pointed right at housing, they want to lower their balance sheet or trim their balance sheet, and they want to remove all the mortgage-backed security holdings and keep mainly treasuries. Well, if that's the case, their balance sheet by March will be about 9 trillion, and we're at 2.6 billion in or 2.6 trillion in mortgage-backed securities now, and adding another little few billion over the next couple of months. So you talk about removing 2.7 trillion dollars worth of paper. And so what I wanted to show here is, you could see they've in the past, when we talked about in previous videos about this being shades of 2018, very hawkish Fed wanting to raise rates a couple times. In that era, they did too much, and they too much rate hiking, and at the same time balance sheet reduction. And the bond market said, the market said enough's enough, and it caused a real ripple in the stock market. It lowered confidence, and they had to unwind that. So, and that was during this time, and the Fed actually had to cut rates in 2019. So the big thing that we're dealing with right now is, can the Fed start trimming this now $2.7 trillion worth of mortgage-backed securities? If they were to ever be in that position, and it's not clear when and if they can ever do it, the Fed would go from being a buyer of mortgage-backed securities, which they've been doing every day for the last 2 years, to being potentially a seller. And that's a very different outcome as it relates to long-term rates. I'm not sure they're going to be able to pull it off, but what it means for us as a mortgage professional is that now there's no clear path on monetary policy, both on the rate hike side as well as the balance sheet reduction. So it's all going to be based on the data. So you need to be speaking in real time about the economy, inflation, growth, sentiment, all of it. And so you're going to have to be real nimble and have with your pipeline management as well, because there's going to be a lot of volatility. I think one thing for sure that we received from the Fed meeting was probably a lot more uncertainty, which is going to lead to a lot more volatility. Things will not get any easier, folks, for the next couple months. And so you're going to have to be real close with your pipeline and your lock decision. So I hope this finds you well. Have yourself a great weekend. And by the way, next week, another big risk headline week with the ADP report on Wednesday and the official jobs report next Friday. Hope this finds you well. Have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.